Hey guys, here we are. I'm driving. I just got to Harrison, sat down to have dinner, checked my Instagram, and saw that the game got canceled. I'm really mad. Hello guys, this is me again. Got a little bit of a different video today. Usually I talk about reactions to the games, but this time, as some of you may know, we didn't have a game. Gotham was supposed to have their home opener against North Carolina. Game got canceled due to COVID protocols, and I have some thoughts. So I wanted to jump in here real quick and just give you guys my thoughts on many things. Number one, the league needs to be more transparent about what COVID protocol means. What does that entail? Because I just don't get it. Last season, I should say, the Spirit had, I believe, 1 or 2 games forfeited because they didn't have enough players to play a game. This year, the league implemented a rule that basically said, listen, if you don't have enough players, you can bring some up. I don't know whether they're bringing some up for them. I don't know if they can sign unsigned players for X amount of days, like the NBA 14-day contracts. I don't know how that works, but I did read that was something that the league implemented this year. So here we are, first game of the season, 2 hours before the game, 2 hours before kickoff, and an hour before gates open, in a game that is not just a home opener, but Gotham City has marketed to no end by giving away free stuff for the first, 2,000 fans. When you do that, fans are going to show up super early because they want to get that, if it's a towel or something. And 2 hours before the game, you cancel the game. The league canceled the game. The team said they respected it because of COVID protocol. So I have a few questions. Number one, if players have been exposed to COVID or have tested positive for COVID and they entered in the league protocol, how can you find out 2 hours before a game? I just don't understand. Players found out 2 hours before the game they had all been exposed. And it's like 4 players for Gotham. I know Ashlyn and Krieger were in there. And a few other players, including their star forward. I believe Purse was involved, was in that group of players that were not going to play because they had come in contact, probably with each other, because if you follow social media, those 3 are usually together. And I know Ashlyn and Ali went to an event for Robinhood, which is a stock trading company. I don't know if that's where they got, exposed. I don't have no proof. I just know they've been out in the community and they all got exposed. For the other team, it was way more players. It was like 9 players. So I just don't understand, because I do believe even with Gotham missing arguably 4 really good players, 4 starters, they still had enough players to play. If North Carolina didn't, then why don't you forfeit the game then? The same way you did to the Spirit last year. They had to forfeit 1 or 2 games for not having enough players due to COVID. I just don't comprehend how the league doesn't know, and the teams don't know, the coaching staff doesn't know, if these players had came in contact before the 2 hours. Because my understanding is that Carolina had traveled to New Jersey. So it just doesn't make any sense. So now we've entered the COVID protocol. Game is canceled. The next day, Kristen Mewis is in London watching the FA Cup, and 3 Gotham City players are watching the Liberty played at Madison Square Garden. No one's wearing a mask. Everyone's around other people. What's the protocol? If you have 4 players that came in contact and they have in return came in contact with those other players, what is the protocol then? Because I could say, well, if I came in contact with someone and I can't play and I've been in contact with you, then you can't play, right? The game was canceled. How can you be allowed to travel to London? How can you be allowed to go and sit at Madison Square Garden and watch a game? I just don't understand. I just think it was really disrespectful the way that it was handled. I don't understand how you don't know before. You should know the day before if people have COVID or if they've been exposed. And the league doesn't seem to know that. The team doesn't seem to care about the fans. People traveled 4 hours to get to a game to be told in the parking lot the game is canceled. We send you an email. That's not right. Especially to Gotham FC games. People come from far. They come from Philly. They come from Connecticut. They come from New York. They come from Jersey. I travel an hour to get to the arena. I was sitting in a restaurant eating before we walked to the arena, and I put on my Instagram and I saw that the game had been canceled. Really disrespectful to the fans. They just don't care. They think we're going to continue to show up because that's what we do, because we like some of these international players. But let me tell you what, that's not going to be the case. It's not going to be the case. If some of these players don't start saying, you know what, I'm going to protect myself for the next, couple of months so that I can play every game and not get exposed to COVID, I'm not going to show up for self-par soccer. And that's honestly what Gotham has played this year. You beat a really bad team and you lost really bad to a good team. So, at some point, the league, the teams, and the players need to start being held accountable for some of the crap performances that they put and for the crap decisions that they make. Right? Because on ESPN, we rip apart Kyrie Irving for not playing, and we rip apart, other NBA players and football players and baseball players for not being there for their team. Your team goes into a COVID protocol, and some players on the team thought it was good to just go watch another game. It doesn't make any sense to me. I just don't understand. We don't even know if there's going to be a game next week. They're saying there is, but we don't know. It's not good. It's not good. And it needs to get better, and there needs to be more respect for the fans, and there needs to be more transparency within the league about what is or isn't happening. Because without the fans, the league is not going to exist. And if you keep disrespecting fans, they're going to stop showing up. That's just the way it is. Especially season ticket holders. We have that ticket to that game paid. So now what? Now the game is on a random Wednesday and I have to find a way to make it. We buy season tickets because the games are on the weekend. So I just wanted to get in here and really talk about this because it's really disrespectful. No one's talking about it. Women athletes usually get a pass on things, and that's not cool. I'm going to call them out because my time and my money I want respected, and I don't think the team in the league did that. And I don't think players did that by going to watch other sporting events and traveling to London the day after a game. The day after a game was canceled due to COVID protocol. So anyways, that's my thoughts. Let me know what you think down in the comments. Make sure you like and subscribe and take a look at my other videos, and I'll see you guys later.